Thank you. Hello. Yep. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Michel Pousset, and I'm the CEO and one of the founders of Lift Me Off.
Right.
And we're trying to tackle a bit the difficulties within the servicing market. I think many of you know that there is already a lot of debris in space, a lot of items, and this is related to only about 160 satellites being launched a year. If we look at tomorrow...
There was so much noise, I think we restart once more.
Okay.
This gives you... Yeah?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the rain. Welcome to Paris.
Oh, is it right? Okay.
Yes.
I have to talk about the rain.
So basically,
okay.
we will retime you again
Yeah,
as
that's fine,
harshly
yeah.
as before.
It's not orbital debris, is it?
No.
Okay, I'll start again. Michel Pousset, CEO and one of the founders of Lift Me Off, and we're trying to tackle a few of the challenges of the future servicing market. So, as I showed before, already today, everyone brings it up. We have a lot of issues with satellites and debris, creating a lot of threats to future satellites being launched. If we look just at the future market estimates, we have 6-fold times the amount of satellites going up there. Reliability is going down because obviously on the commercial perspectives, we can launch more with a lower reliability. So again, more debris, more satellites. And then if we look at Elon and Jeff Bezos, well, we've got even more satellites going up there. So really, what does our future hold? In order to really be able to have this growth in space, we need to make sure that we develop the right technologies and have the right partnerships to make space safely sustainable and profitable. That's where we come in, where we develop technologies in propulsion and artificial intelligence, in the fact of computer vision, so we can provide the right technologies for the future people to develop the right services and the right tools. In propulsion, we work on reprogrammable, flexible propulsion systems, providing propulsion systems which are scalable from CubeSats to smallsats. We provide steering so that proximity operations can be simplified, and we provide refueling capability. When it comes to artificial intelligence, we're developing computer vision systems together with the University of Luxembourg S&T department, where we can autonomously identify, acquire targets on orbit, and actually move towards them or move away, so that we can either collaborate in orbit or we can move away from threats. Doing this will enable all the various services in the market, like transportation, recovery and repair, manufacturing, and refueling. We're going to start small because we're not in the US, we can't raise $100 million, so we're focusing first on propulsion technologies, allowing small sats to maneuver accurately and quickly in orbit. Then we'll move into computer vision and propulsion combined so that we can service companies like Astroscale and ClearSpace so they can do their debris removal or any other servicing mission. And then we will enter the manufacturing, recovery, and repair market. We were incubated last year, an incubator in Westcott, renowned UK propulsion establishment, where we did first designs, got some first revenues and LOIs, and actually secured our first investor. Based on this, we were incubated in the ESA in Harwell, where we've really grown exponentially. In 2020, we're looking to close a major investment round, bring our developments further so we can have our MVP ready to fly, and also we're opening a Luxembourg office where we will be developing everything around our computer vision. This will lead to 2021, where we will fly on a 12U satellite on the ESA Call to Orbit program, which is preparing us, so we can fly a camera and generate data for our computer vision and also validate our propulsion system on orbits. With this in place, we can further train our modules on ground and validate them so that we can actually have an autonomous satellite in the future. We will couple this with our propulsion and refueling technologies so that we can combine them for a future IOD, where we'll be able to dock to a target spacecraft on orbit. And we've already reached an agreement with Orbit Fab, which is creating refueling stations to connect to their satellite and be refueled by them, proving propulsion, computer vision, and servicing, allowing us to enter all various markets. We've got many supporters from ESA to local agencies. We've got many partners from NAMO, a big propulsion company in the UK, to University of Luxembourg, Orbit Fab, and Open Cosmos. And we've already got initial customers wanting to work with us and are in discussion with all the servicing partners. We're a small team, but we are from different cultures. We have 5 nationalities and speak 8 languages. We have more than 30 years of space experience in propulsion, computer vision, and other applications. We've already got our company in the UK and are opening in Luxembourg. And we're looking for investors, partners, anyone to join our mission to make space safe and sustainable.
Right. So we're increasingly getting the tech sorted, which is great. basically, I'm getting a bit afraid of questions because there is none. Is this different this time? Yeah. Okay.
Can you tell us? I'm sorry. Can you tell us a little bit of the range of powers that your propulsion system are going to be operating?
So we're using chemical-based propulsion, so low power. So we're really looking at 30, 35 watts for our system because we need high impulse capability to be able to do the proximity operations. So we're not in the field of any electric propulsion. Those have those applications, but for proximity and quick maneuvers, we'll need chemical.
Thank you.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Any more specific questions in terms of power, thrust, etc.?
Hello. I'm just a bit sorry because in the beginning you spoke
a bit louder, please.
in the beginning you spoke about the space debris and the ramp up because there will be more and more spacecraft. But I have not seen, let's say, how you will mitigate this with what you presented. What is in terms of quantities, let's say, what is the impact of what you propose here to this?
Yeah, the difference we need to make is there's people who are going to go clean up space. That's fine. There's a lot of CubeSats out there without propulsion. There's a lot of technologies which aren't designed for the servicing industry. So our propulsion systems have steering mechanisms, so we can actually do very high accuracy maneuvers so that we can bring the servicing vehicles towards targets. And our computer vision can autonomously navigate to a target which is collaborative, non-collaborative, and get a hold of it. So we developed the underlying technology so that companies like Astroscale, who don't have the propulsion capability, can move towards it, or ClearSpace can move towards their targets. So it's the technologies for these servicing companies.
Okay, great. More questions? I would have one final one.
Yep.
You know, where there is no competition, there's probably very little market. What's your main competitors at the moment?
We have two levels of competitors. So when it comes to the pure propulsion, they brought up, you have a lot of electric propulsion providers, everything, who offer just standard propulsion. When it comes to the servicing field, I brought them up, ClearSpace, Astroscale, Momentus. There are many players entering this field. They're all entering from the servicing element. This is what we're going to do. We're coming in from the technology element. So our competitors are actually our partners as well. We have no issue to go to competitors and say, look, we're happy to share or sell you our technologies. So it's a bottom-up approach.
I know the feeling of competitors being my partners. It's not always nice, but
That's the space industry.
Pleasure. Thank you for the great pitch.